feels amazing, man. We're on top of the world. All the haters, all the doubters, man, they can't say nothing about us no more, man. We're the best in the world.
I think America learned that stats is one thing, but you can see that he's the best point guard in the country because of his decision making, his effort and intensity on both ends of the floor, his aggressiveness to get downhill and make plays for his teammates, and ultimately his will to win.
Demar, you've been asked a ton, 8-24,
Yeah.
throughout this, and finally able to say that you're a national champion. What does it mean to be able to go from that moment to this moment?
It shows you that, if as long as you, it's just a lot of, scenarios and circumstances that ultimately led to this point, but that if you trust and believe in your individual process, your team process, and, those people around you that care for you and truly finding that and seeking that beautiful things will come for you. It can come in the form of winning a national championship, or it can, come in the form of personal success. So I think trust and belief.
We saw your family get emotional there when you were hugging them on the court after the win. Just can you encapsulate that moment with you and your family?
Yeah, I got emotional too. I cried harder than I cried in a long, long time. Just so much gratitude for the moment, for the people around me, sharing this moment. I haven't even checked my phone, and I don't even care to, because I'm just so in the moment and so grateful for this experience that I'll never forget.
To know that your team is now etched into the history books, will go down forever as arguably the best team in Michigan history. How's that?
That feels amazing. Obviously, you win a national championship, so that's one thing, but we really feel that we're the best team in Michigan history, and so that just solidifies you for as long as it possibly can, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Last one, the fans were probably 85 to 15%. It was pretty wild out there. What can you say for the Michigan faithful?
Go blue or go home, and they definitely supported us through the entire season, making away games feel like home games, and just keeping that tradition going, and they're a huge reason why we won the game.
Really instilled that in me from the get-go, and my redshirt year really helped with me kind of discovering who I was going to be at the school, both in the classroom and on the floor. Like you walk into the big house and they play that video at the beginning, standing for Midwest hardworking values, something that I feel like I really embraced and brought in. And then with Coach May, just kind of reiterating that to him that we need to be feisty, gritty guys, and get it done. I felt like he really bought into that, and he definitely has. Knows what it means to be a Michigan man.
If Coach Howard's watching this, what would you tell him?
Man, just thanks for the opportunity of a lifetime. He really, skyrocketed, my life. He gave me, the ultimate opportunity of a small town kid, and forever grateful for him.
How does the reality live up to the dream? Because I know this has been a goal of this team's ever since last spring.
Yeah. I still remember the text message Coach May and I were talking about, recruits that we were going to potentially bring in. I think he's fine with me sharing this, but, Merez committed, and, he was like, Merez Johnson just committed. He was like, we're going to win a national championship. And, I said, let's go do it. Let's do it. I got full faith in our squad. I got full faith in you, our coaching staff. And I think that was literally 366 days ago that he sent that text. So to be able to kind of come full circle with him, and obviously he means so much to me, and super, super grateful.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm really happy.
Thank you.
Well, the phrase is "those who stay will be champions."
Thanks, Tony.
They say those who stay will be champions here. You stayed, you're a champion. How does that feel?
Man, to be kind of a, like a living, testament to that saying. You can't even really put it into words. All the things behind the scenes that guys like, Namari and I, and had to go through to kind of, stick to the track and really believe that was something that could happen. It was tough at times. We had to, rely on each other. So to be able to sit here now, with, that Natty trophy and, the hat and the T-shirt means a lot.
Will,
Trey McKinney, when he hit that three at the end, he was 1 for 8 going into that shot. He's a freshman in the national championship. Did you know that shot was going in?
I wouldn't say that I knew it was going in, but I had full confidence that, you know, he was able to knock down a shot like that. You know, he's never been flustered in big moments. I've said that all year, that, you know, he does not play like a freshman whatsoever.
What does that say about him that you're able to have that trust in him in that moment to keep his composure and nail a shot like that?
I think it means that he's going to be a big-time player.
You had an emotional moment after the Elite Eight, and now were you able to soak in the moment on the floor afterwards?
Oh, hell yeah. No, yeah, I soaked it all in. You know, having, you know, nearly my entire family there, you know, some of my best friends from AAU days, you know, prior teammates, you know, just being able to share that moment with them, my brothers, and knowing how much, like, you know, working in the driveway together and, you know, all those moments, late nights in the gym rebounding for each other and fighting with one another and chucking balls at each other, like, you know, to, you know, have that all kind of come together and share this moment, you know, meant the world.
Will, you guys have been in the really loud.
Yeah, I said this earlier, there was a lot of quote-unquote vapor around our team all year. You know, that's kind of how Coach May describes it. You know, you have all the hype one moment, like, and then you have, you know, all the hate the next, and, you know, all that praise can be gone, you know, just like vapor. So, you know, we kind of just kept the main thing all year, and got it done. So.
Well, when you were redshirting as a freshman, Juwan Howard said he thought you'd.
Like, he didn't have to, you know, kind of cling on to me and be my friend. We all knew where he was headed long before the season even started. We knew he was going to be in that same position. So I feel like his selflessness and his ability to be able to kind of bring the best out of me, no matter what. I feel like he pushed me to be better in every aspect of life. So I feel like I'm really appreciative of him and super indebted.
How was this moment living up to the dreams I'm sure you've had for many years?
Man, I still feels like a dream. I'm waiting for somebody to pinch me, kind of. But just like all the workouts, all the, you know, the conditioning days, the lifting, they all to feel it all kind of pay off in this moment right here and just kind of live it out, you know, with my teammates. It's a great feeling.
Have you been able to soak in the moment so far? Do you believe you've soaked it all in yet?
Not entirely. Obviously, we can't wait to go home and really celebrate with our fans. I feel like we've had terrific support, obviously, across the whole NCAA tournament. I feel like Michigan fans really travel well. And I'm just waiting to get the opportunity to be able to kind of really live that moment. Obviously, I feel like we got it done for the university. And, you know, obviously just kind of waiting for that parade.
How tough of a game was this? It seemed like it was kind of had to grind it out with UConn.
It was really a nasty one, but I feel like throughout the course of the year we were able to kind of show we're capable of winning in many different ways. And at the end of the day, we just kind of found a way to be able to cut down the nets.
How early in the season did you realize that this group was this special?
Like kind of immediately we knew that the chemistry was really good. As far as the talent level, we knew that we had the pieces, and it was just a matter of time before everything started coming together. Obviously, you know, the Vegas tournament, we kind of seen what we were capable of, but we didn't want to peak too early, so to speak. So we knew that we had a lot of room to grow.
Roddy, you and Trey have grown really close.
It was a good moment.
I don't know. I just, you know, I put a lot of work in, and for me to hit that shot in that moment when, you know, I wasn't having the greatest game offensively, or we weren't even having the greatest game offensively as a team, I think that just says a lot about my confidence, you know, and my ability to be able to keep going no matter what's happening at that moment.
You always talked about bringing a national championship back to your home state. You're able to do that now. Accomplished. You feel good about it?
Definitely, man. I mean, it's a dream come true, and I mean, for the things that we've went through all season, and for our team, you know, as talented as we were, just to be able to, you know, go through a lot of stuff, you know, it just says a lot about our team, and I'm just really happy that we were able to, you know, end this thing out the right way, you know, how we planned it in the summer.
The broadcast showed you and Roddy and Yaxel taking a moment to share a hug. You talked about the friendships yesterday. To have those guys to lean on during your freshman year, how meaningful was that?
Very meaningful. I mean, I'm with those guys 24/7 when, you know, we're not playing basketball. So just to be able to have that relationship with them outside of the court and have some people that, you know, I could be friends with. I mean, they took me under the wing, and I'm just really really grateful that, I met those guys because, those are some guys that I'm going to be friends with for the rest of my life.
So Michigan faithful showed out today. Were you able to spot your family in the stands, and have you been able to share a moment with them?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to definitely share a moment when we get back to the hotel, but this just definitely hasn't hit me yet. And I'm just trying to live in the moment, but I'm definitely really excited, and I'm really blessed to be here.
At the end there, Trey, I mean, the free throws, right? It's a close game, under a minute. What was going through your head right there in that moment, trying to seal the victory?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a little kid, I used to say this little saying when I'm at the line, like, just like practice. And, I said that when I was shooting those free throws, just like practice. I mean, I practiced to be in those moments. That game was won way before we played it. So I'm just really happy, and, those moments couldn't have went any other way. So I'm just really in awe right now.
You're a true freshman. Did you feel any nerves out there in the Final Four this weekend?
I mean, once we got out there and, the ball tipped and I got on the floor after, the first media or whatever it was, I mean, I didn't really feel any nerves, but definitely before the game, because, I mean, you're playing in the stadium and it's just a different feel. And, these stakes are very high here, so it's definitely a different feel.
You keep smiling. Why so much enjoyment in this moment? Or can you just not believe it at the moment?
I can't believe it. I mean, we're the national champions, and Michigan hasn't done this since, 1989. And to be able to do this is just ridiculous. It's a dream come true for me.
You guys seem to carve out your roles and make such an impact.
How far I came from a year ago, 2 years ago, to here. And it just shows me that, like, my hard work is paying off.
Elliot, you talk to the other guys on this team and you hear about the trust and the belief they have in you. How much does that mean for you in a moment like this?
It means everything. All the fans having belief in me, all the coaches having belief in me. It's just really refreshing. I didn't really get that a lot last year, and it just helps me play good as a player, for sure.
Elliot, in terms of best teams ever at Michigan, I asked you the other day, so we got to win it first. Where do you guys stack up?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask that question, because, I would have to take all the greatest teams. I would have to watch their film. I would have to watch multiple games, 40 minutes of the games, to be able to really tell and to be able to have an opinion on that.
You had a tournament high in points tonight. What brought out your best in this tournament, whenever the calendar flipped in?
I just think my teammates believing in me. Like, I had an off night last game, from the field. I didn't shoot that good, and they told me to come out with the same approach and the same mentality, and that's what I tried to do.
Coach has preached April habits, it seems like, all season long. What are those habits that went into creating what we've seen tonight?
Just day one from the summer, just doing everything the right way, having discipline, and if you have discipline every day for a couple of months, it's going to start being second nature for you.
What does it mean to be able to do this in year one at Michigan, and then also, when did you know that this team was going to be able to accomplish this?
It means a lot for me to be able to do it in the first year. I definitely want to do it again next year, and I knew we had a group that could do this since day one, since everybody came together. Just looking to my left and right, seeing a dog or seeing basically an NBA player every time I look to my left and my right, I knew we'd be a special group.
All right, good. Describe what this feels like to not only do it with this team, but obviously the family element there as well.
I mean, it's an amazing experience. I mean, I'm so happy to be a part of this, happy to be a part of this university. So proud of our whole staff, our whole team, university. It's a great feeling.
What was the experience like going out there and seeing all the Michigan fans there tonight? It seemed like a pretty heavy Maize and Blue crowd.
Man, the Maize and Blue showed up, and we're extremely grateful, eternally grateful for that, and it helped us win this game.
When you look at what Yaxel did, getting injured, coming back, playing Saturday, and then playing again today through it, what does that mean for you as a teammate to see someone go through it like that and come out and show up for the team?
I mean, it just shows that he bleeds Maize and Blue. I mean, he's a warrior. He fought for us. He's hurt. He's got a lot on the line every night he steps on the court. I mean, he's supposed to be a lottery pick, and he fought for us and showed a lot of toughness, a lot of grit. I'm extremely proud of him.
How does a team like this come together when there's so many new faces? Year after last year going into this year, a lot of new faces, but it seems like you guys really gelled as one.
Yeah, I mean, I think they knew what they were doing recruiting the type of guys they did. They recruited guys that are unselfish and that are good basketball players but great people, and it worked out for us.
You know your dad better than anybody. Is he going to be satisfied with this, or when does he turn the page to next season?
He probably already is. I mean, the portal opened 37 minutes ago, so he's probably already making calls.
How much did you enjoy this as a family? I know we talked yesterday about this moment, but now that the moment it's come, what is it like?
Honestly, I haven't been together with my whole family for more than 10 minutes since Christmas, so it's a great thing to have my family here, but we haven't all been together yet, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
The way you guys played this tournament,